Hi, we are back for another Finance Friday Live. I'm just trying to get us situated, and hopefully we're starting a little bit late today. Hopefully more people will be able to join us. Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, so all right. So, whoa. Okay. So, I am trying something a little bit new today, and hopefully it will work and cooperate. But right now, I am not having a lot of success with it. So, it doesn't look like it's going to work, but we are going to go ahead and get started anyway. All right, so let me see if anyone is joining us. So let's see here. All right, so today we are talking about good financial management and caring for your soul. So what does that even mean? So today we are going to talk a little bit about the correlation between our finances and our health. So there definitely is a correlation. So I am going to go ahead and share this so that we can get some more people to join us. Let's see, I apologize. I know that we usually start a little bit earlier. Today I was on a call about sickle cell anemia. That's something that I'm very passionate about, and so I'm starting a little bit late today because of that. But we are going to get started, and I want to let you know that Finance Fridays is a regular discussion about personal finance with Elle from CleverlyChanging.com. I talk about just the latest topics that are interesting to me and my readers about finance and how it relates to people. The topics on Cleverly Changing are usually about education, health, finance, and parenting. So if you're interested in any of those topics, definitely visit my website, CleverlyChanging.com. But every Friday we have a little discussion around 12:30 noon so that we can just talk a little bit about finances and how we are taking care of ourselves. This is a topic that I enjoy talking about, so I'm looking forward to today's discussion. And today, we are talking about the link between our health and finances. So many of us, especially moms and females, we are often caregivers for other people. And when we care for other people, sometimes we neglect ourselves and our own needs. So for me personally, this kind of relates to the topic that I shared earlier on my blog. I shared a little bit about what's new in sickle cell news, and that is Dr. Philippe Labouche and his team has created a new procedure to help patients with sickle cell. How is that relevant to today's discussion? Frankly, I'm a parent of a child with sickle cell anemia, and so when I am taking care of her and just focusing on her needs, sometimes I neglect my own needs. And so today, I want to share why putting off self-care can affect our finances. So, putting off self-care can affect our finances because we don't see our own health as a priority. And when we don't see our own health as a priority, it ends up costing us money down the line. So first and foremost, when your finances are not in place, it can cause you stress. So I don't know how many of you have experienced financial stress, but if you live paycheck to paycheck, more likely than not, you've experienced financial stress because you don't know where your money is going to come from. And when we don't know where our money is coming from, we often put ourselves last, and we don't want to put money like into co-pays to get regular health treatments and go and get our regular physical. We're like, oh, I'm fine, I feel fine. And we tend to go to the doctor when we see a major problem. Why is that not helpful? Well, if you are trying to prevent something major from occurring, you need to get a checkup every year. And if you're a female, you don't only need to go to the doctor, like a family practitioner, for regular care and just checking you just for the basics. You also need to have an OBGYN appointment to make sure that everything is looking okay and you're healthy. So when you put your health aside, that can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars down the line. So you don't want to put yourself aside. You want to take care and kind of prioritize your health, prioritize your needs, and say, you don't just look to caring for your children or caring for your spouse or caring for your parents or just whoever else you may be focusing on more. You want to take time to care for you and your own personal needs. So that is very, very important for you to do, because you don't want to get disappointed. You don't want to disappoint yourself because you put off your self-care and you didn't take care of yourself, and it's costing you down the line. You may have a desire to achieve financial wealth, but if you don't live to enjoy your money, what's the point? So it's important that your financial health and your own personal health go hand in hand. So one of the things that you can do to ensure that your own health is a priority is you can research health plans that are appropriate for you, your lifestyle, and whatever health needs you have. If you have a chronic health condition or major health problems in your family, you're going to need a more comprehensive healthcare plan. And so you're going to want to look at the cost, and you're going to want to see which plan that you can use that will allow you to pay the least and get the most benefit. So it is going to take a little research. I know that the Affordable Care Act is still relevant. So if people haven't signed up for that, that may be something that may be important for you to sign up for. It's not something that I know a whole lot about. I've never signed up for the plan, so I can't really share details about it. But if that is something that is important to you and you have a chronic health condition, that is something that you need to look into and research so that you're getting the most health care for the money. Healthcare is not just for when you have a problem, it's also for prevention. So definitely take the steps to prevent something major from occurring. The next thing I want to talk about is how you can reduce your stress. So what happens to people a lot of times when they don't have a lot of finances, they are stressed. And what do people do when they're stressed? Sometimes people smoke. Sometimes people drink a lot. Sometimes people just engage in other unhealthy behaviors that are very costly. So not only do those behaviors cost you a lot to actually feed them, it can also cost you in the health department as well. So if you are engaging in those behaviors, it can take money out of your pockets, and then it can cause your health to go down. A lot of times those behaviors can reduce the amount of sleep that you get. They can affect your sleep patterns, and sleep is very important for our health because we need an ample amount of sleep in order to stay healthy, because during the times when our body is asleep, our body repairs itself, it gets rid of toxins. So sleep is very critical. And so if you are someone you know is engaging in behaviors such as overeating, alcohol abuse, smoking, and other things like that, it can cause your health to deteriorate, which can cost you thousands of dollars down the line. So it's important to recognize, wait a minute, because my finances aren't okay, I'm starting to engage in other behaviors. So you want to kind of evaluate your life and see how your finances are affecting other areas of your life. So if it's affecting you in terms of you developing another behavior like overeating, some people, it may not even be something that they're doing physically to their bodies. Some people are shopping. They're actually addicted to shopping. And if you are addicted to shopping, it can actually be one of the ways that you're trying to mask depression. You could be trying to mask some other areas of your life. And so in order to get a high, you're actually spending money, you're buying things that you don't need, and that can affect you. So you're going to want to evaluate your habits and your lifestyle to see, wait a minute, you're going to want to look and say, wait a minute, I'm noticing these patterns that I have when I don't have enough money. And so you're going to want to take an inventory of your own life, and you're not going to want to engage in those behaviors if you're trying to mask that to get over depression or financial stress. So taking care and paying attention to your finances is so important because it can bleed and just affect other areas of your life. So definitely take stock of that, take notice, and if those are habits that you are forming because your finances are not in order, definitely find a financial advisor, get help where you need it. Just, there are definitely some resources out there. You can Google them that can help you get help because your finances can affect your mental health. It can affect your physical health. And so you're going to want to get help if those are certain things that are affecting you. Have you ever noticed that when your finances aren't in order, not only are you engaging in habits that are unhealthy, you're physically feeling weighed down. And so it can feel like there's a burden on your shoulders. So in order to get that burden off your shoulders, often you need to take stock of what's going on in your life. And how do you do that? You budget. If you go to, today after this broadcast, I'll be posting a new blog post about your finances and health, and one of the things in the post is going to be a survey. There's actually a survey being done by Rutgers University about the correlation between health and finances, so that will be in today's post. And also there will be a link to budgeting. Having a monthly budget is so important. I know if you've listened to my other broadcasts, you may have noticed a theme in my broadcast, and the theme is discipline. Being financially savvy and being debt-free and being just understanding your finances, it takes discipline. And one of the things that you want to do is budget. I know that budget is one of those words that we just don't like because it's hard. And even though many of you may feel that budgeting is hard, it's something that we still need to do. And so I want you to reduce the financial stress in your life. I want you to be able to develop healthy habits. And so that's why we're having this conversation today and each Friday. So we're talking about it so that we can together just kind of raise awareness and help each other so that we will be accountable. So be disciplined. Do your monthly budget and try to abide by it. So if you can kind of, take stock of how much money that you're bringing in and what your monthly bills are, and just every day take one step in the right direction to ask yourself whether what you're buying is a need or a want. If you're asking yourself that, you're less likely to buy a whole lot of things that are not going to help you. So if you're accustomed to buying a whole lot of things just because you want them, just because you're trying to fill a void or something like that, you asking yourself, is this a need or a want? It calls attention to that habit. And so you want to go ahead and ask yourself those questions. The second thing you want to do to develop just a disciplined lifestyle with your finances is you want to have an accountability partner. Just someone, before you make a big purchase, someone that you can say, hey, so I'm thinking about buying such and such, what do you think about it? Just having someone else that you can turn to before you make a huge purchase. Why is that important? Because a lot of times the things that we are accustomed to buying, we don't need. And sometimes you can have a friend that you trust. It could be a spouse. It can even be like your child. I know my kids, they are quick to say, hey, mom, don't buy those bag of chips because we don't need them. They're not healthy. So even your kids can help hold you accountable to things in your life that you want to avoid buying. So definitely be transparent with your spouse or your child or just someone in your life that can help keep you accountable to your finances. So you don't have to, do full disclosures often. You can just say, I've noticed that like when I'm having a really tough time at work, I'm buying, a lot of fast food just to help me cope. Can you kind of be my accountability partner so that I can curb that behavior? So if you're noticing a link between poor behavior and your finances, you definitely want to have an accountability partner so that you can develop more self-discipline to kind of stop that behavior. So remember that my Finance Friday discussions occur each week. So if you have questions, if you have a question today, you can definitely leave it in the link below. And we can definitely answer your question either today or in a future Finance Friday Live. I definitely look forward to feedback from those who listen and those who read my blog. I appreciate you. So don't forget to leave a comment if you're listening. Because sometimes when people are doing Facebook Live, it doesn't always show that people are live. So I see that my sisters are live. Thank you, sisters, for joining me for my Finance Friday. I appreciate you and I appreciate your support. And definitely give me some thumbs ups if you appreciate what I'm saying. Give me some hearts. You have to tap those so that Facebook will show them to more people, because that's how they see that your discussions are relevant to others. So again, today we're talking a little bit about the correlation between health and finances. So I want you to make self-care a priority. That is my goal in today's broadcast, so that you are taking care of you. Try not to be a shopaholic. Try not to feed your shopping addictions. I know it's hard, and I know that shopping can make you happy, but finding another way, you may want to read a book, you may want to, just go take a walk. Just exercising is a huge deal to help reduce your stress. And I know for me, I sometimes just take a bubble bath, and that really helps reduce my stress. It helps relax me. I drink tea and herbal tea. I may put on some candles and some good music. I mean, when you dance, that can really help lighten your mood and help affect you. So if stress is something that's getting you down and is affecting your finances, definitely find some other ways, some other things that you can do other than developing poor habits or spending money that can really cost you down the line. Find some free things that you can do that can help develop just some better habits. So exercising is huge because it's very beneficial to your health, and it it kind of releases your endorphins, which help make you happy. So exercising releases happy endorphins to give you more joy. So I definitely want to promote that. You don't have to have a gym membership, especially if you're not the type of person who uses gym memberships. You probably shouldn't sign up for one. You may want to just find some exercises that you can do in your home or take a walk. Taking a walk in the fresh air is free, and the fresh air can help you. Getting sunshine is free vitamin D. So, hey, take care of yourself. Be aware of your finances and just what habits are causing you to spend more money. So we talked about self-discipline. That is the most important habit that you can form in relation to your finances. And so we're talking about self-discipline. We're talking about reducing financial stress. We're talking about also just finding a healthcare plan that is right for you. If you don't have health insurance and you're healthy, that's one thing, but we definitely promote having health insurance so that you can prevent a problem. Don't only go to the doctor when there is a problem. The more that you put into prevention, the better it will be down the road. So those are a few things that you can do to help make your finances a little bit better so that you're not spending thousands of dollars down the road. So again, this is our Finance Friday discussion. We're talking about the correlation between health and finance. So one of the things that causes people to be in the most debt is healthcare costs. Something happens, something major happens, and people have to go to the doctor for an extended period of time, and they're stuck with this massive healthcare bill. Many people that are stuck with the bill have to file for bankruptcy, and it's just a nightmare. So we are promoting finding a healthcare plan that is beneficial to you and your family so that you can be ahead of your finances. And we're also talking about getting those finances in order so that it doesn't cause you to have financial stress. So I appreciate your feedback. Please leave comments in the comment section. Please visit my blog, CleverlyChanging.com. If you have any questions, you can also email me at CleverlyChanging@gmail.com. And I definitely want to invite you to share your future topic suggestions. If you have a topic suggestion that you want us to share in the future, leave it in the comment section, or you can tweet me at CleverlyChanging. That's CleverlyChanging. So it's CleverlyChanging on Twitter. It's CleverlyChanging.com. That's my website, and my email address is cleverlychanging@gmail.com. So I appreciate our discussions, and I look forward to talking to you next Friday. All right, until we talk again, have a wonderful weekend and many blessings. Bye.